Alright, I'm back. We got new image brewing right here. You can see that. And it's called Floral Pheromone. And so there's an IPA coming in at 7.5, and it utilizes the hops Mosaic, Simcoe, and Columbus. You can see right there, I'm not even going to begin to attempt to say the yeast. But you can see the rest right there. And it has a somewhat simplistic white and silver design with a flower and a bird kind of outlined. Let's go ahead and crack this open. Looks like it's out of Colorado. And not sure. I've heard of New Image through Tavor, the beer ordering app. But I'm not sure if I've ever bought anything from them. So we are going to give them a try today and just see what happens. It definitely has some good carbonation to it. About double the size of the head that I was looking for, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and... the nose is subtle, but it does have kind of like a somewhat sweet, malty vibe, maybe just a little bit of fruit. And you can see it's kind of running over just a hair. I'm going to go ahead and scoop that off and then take a swig. Okay, similar to the nose, it is kind of it's more malty than it is like fruity and bright and stuff like that. It does have like a little bit of fruit character, but it's more so this like malty sweetness, which it's okay to have some malty sweetness in an IPA. But you definitely want the hops to shine, and I think it's just a little bit unbalanced, if I'm being honest. I think it's more malt than hops on this one. Alright, let's get into it. Today, we're going to be using an oldie, but a goodie. This is from Oleo Soapworks. Nowadays, they're called Chicago Grooming Co. But this is their scent called 40. And I believe on Vida's 40th birthday, she released this. She also, I believe, quit her day job and became an entrepreneur, a full-time soap making, or, you know, an artisan for men's grooming products and fragrances and so on and so forth. But this one's based off of Tom Ford's fucking fabulous fragrance, which is unisex cologne, and this is in Vita's duck fat soap base. You can see it's pretty firm. You have to put quite a bit of pressure to actually make a dent in it. And this is a tried and true soap base. Used to be one of my favorite soap bases actually back in the day. There's a look at the ingredients. Alright, so I already have it whipped up in my Lancaster Razorworks shaving bowl right here. Staple of my daily shaves, my Lancaster gear. And this right here is my Dark Sanctum official RoninX handle, which is 3D printed, and it kind of has this marble colorway and the smooth finish. So you can still see the lines, which does add a bit of texture, but this is his smoothest offering. And then that line in the back is just a product of 3D printing. And then on top, we have an AP Shave Co. 2-bed synthetic knot. So we are continuing the bbs.live hashtag synthetic week. And let's get into it. Go ahead and get some moisture on the face before we get started. And we had a nice, easy day at work today. I didn't go in early for overtime this morning. I just soaked up a few extra hours of sleep. And then I made my way in at my normal start time instead of coming in early. And proceeded to have a pretty damn easy day, so that's the way we like it. We need one of those every now and then. All right, let's grab some of this lather. The scent on this one is right about medium, 5 out of 10 scent strength. This knot is just chock full of lather. It's funny because if I squeegeed that out, how much lather would be in there could probably fill my shaving bowl. Definitely overloaded. I forgot how this old soap worked. You know, I don't know how old the actual formula is, but it's a fair few years old. But damn, if it doesn't provide for a good shave. It's definitely going to give me everything I need for a good shave. That is without a doubt. One thing I say when using, you know, a little bit older formulas is that if it gave you a BBS shave back then it can still do it today. Doesn't matter what advances have been made. If it did it then, it could still do it today. So, no reason to chuck these old soaps. They still get the job done. Alright, we'll introduce the razor. Gonna be using the Irving Barber Company Shavette here. Also abbreviated as the IBC Shavette. And I have a Schick Proline P30 blade loaded up inside. And I'll bring it in close so you can see the reveal there. Nice and even. It's just tightened down by this nut right here. And this is a very, very good looking Shavette. Fits in the hand well. Commonly used by barbers, but still works great for self, you know, individual use for shaving. This one was referred to me by my sensei, my shave sensei, Doug Bear. The Barely Normal Wet Shaver. And if you didn't see, he made a couple of videos recently. And so I would definitely recommend running over to his YouTube channel and giving those videos a look. The reason why I refer to him as my shaving sensei is because the dude is just a wealth of knowledge. He looks at things a little bit differently as well. He'll take the traditional shaving ideologies and then he'll either put his spin on things or he'll completely you know, derail it and find a new way, sometimes a better way to do things. And sometimes it's just interesting and fun to do it, you know, do things a little bit different than what you've been told. And so I definitely appreciate watching Doug's content just to get some of those insights, learn something, try something different, try something new. That's why I call him my shave sensei, because he's very helpful. He has a lot of knowledge that he's willing to share with everybody. And he does things his way. And I like that. Now then. The scent on Fucking Fabulous or Chicago Grooming Company's 40 is it's warm and spicy, sweet, gourmand, but don't let that make you think that it's a very heavy experience, because it's not. Look at all that fluffy foam. Definitely overcarbed. Has notes of leather, almond, iris, floral orris, tonka bean, sage, and there's probably more than that. To me, it's very approachable. Definitely unisex. It has a kind of a neutral, like middle of the road quality to it, whereas it's not super dark or heavy, but it's also not extremely light or fresh. It's just kind of this middle of the road as far as its presence, which makes it wearable year round. It also kind of helps it be a unisex fragrance. And I don't think it's a leather bomb or anything like that. If anything, it plays on this like powdery, floral kind of vibe, and I really, really like this one. I know Chicago Grooming Company has fragrances now, or they have had for a long time, but they recently restocked a bunch of them. And so, man, if I had some cash, there's a few of those that I'd be aiming to pick up. That is for sure. This one included. I'm also a real big fan of New City, which is based off Tuscan leather. I already have that one. But she has one called Windy City, which is her take on a barbershop. And she adds the unique element of a smoke note. And so that is definitely one that I would also want to pick up a EDP of. Really good scent. And that was very smooth. The thing about the IBC Shavette, as long as you keep that angle somewhat shallow and use light pressure, I mean, you're good. It's very comfortable. Even if you were using a fresh blade, it's definitely very comfortable. And damn, did I overload this one, man. I definitely forgot how little you needed to use to create such volume with this old soap base, especially when using a synthetic that's not a lather hog in any way, shape, or form. Alright, I'll just paint on a layer more or less. Try to utilize as much of this soap so it doesn't go to waste. Very good stuff. It has a bit of a weight to it, but it's not super substantial. If anything, I'd call this about a medium density, maybe just below medium density. But as far as structure goes, how much volume it makes a ton. This is definitely one that can be considered a Santa Claus beard type lather. Alright. So you could get it for $18 for 4 ounces right now. I think TRC, the razor company, I think that's what they're selling it for on their site. I checked Chicago Grooming Company's own website, but they were down at the moment. So you're going to have to use their retailers if you want to pick this one up. So TRC, I don't really know who their other retailers are. I didn't look, but I have that referral code in the description of the video. So if you want to take advantage of that, help the channel out, it would be appreciated. And if you don't want to, then no hard feelings. I don't really care one way or another. Doesn't make me rich, it just gives me a little kickback, which I can then use to make more content for you guys. Very nice. Like I said, if it worked back then, it'll work now. This old soap has all the slickness I need for a nice shave. And a lot of people say that, you know, Shavettes are kind of the one of the harder ways to shave. They're less forgiving than safety razors. and because of the rigid blade style, they are sometimes even less forgiving than straight razors, depending. But this IBC Shavette definitely gives you a nice, comfortable grip, and it definitely is smooth. Like I said, as long as you use a shallow angle, light touch, you'll be all right. I try to define the beard line, and then I make full strokes. Always stretching the skin. I don't want it to be overly taut, but I definitely don't want it to be slack. If your skin is slack and that blade catches, it's gonna give you a nice rosy reminder of your mistake. CDB likes to call them memory lines, which I also like that term, because the blade is gonna cut you in the form of a line, and you're gonna remember that mistake. So I also like the term memory lines, rosy reminders and memory lines. That's spot on. All right, let's get just a little bit down here. And that was a very comfortable, smooth shave. No doubt that the old duck fat base from Chicago Grooming Company is still getting the job done. I would be remiss if I forgot to mention that I saw they're working on something called Project Darkwing, and this, it looks like it's gonna be a new soap base. So the teaser or the PSA that was put out was basically of a blank white soap tub that said Darkwing on the front on like a piece of tape or something like that. A piece of like label tape. And she was calling for testers for Darkwing. So I threw my hat in the ring. I have no idea if I'll get selected, but been a long time fan of Oleo Soapworks, Oleo and Company, and now Chicago Grooming Company. I've been with her through the stages. She is a very cool artisan. She speaks very, very honestly, and she's very forward with her thinking. Blunt. Not rude in any way, but she'll let you know exactly how she feels. And I respect that. She's never done anything wrong in my eyes in her history as a wet shaving artisan. I got the Lancaster Razorworks towel here. And it's been a long time since Oleo has done anything with their soap base. They've really been riding this duck fat formula for a long time, and it still gets the job done, and it's still offered at a good price. And I think it's a fair price, you know what I mean? So, her working on something new to maybe compete with the, top soap bases of today is appropriate. Whatever comes of this Darkwing testing, you can be sure that I will be checking it out. Like I said earlier in the video, Oleo used to be my favorite artisan. Not anymore, but back in the day, there was a time that Oleo was my favorite artisan, and who knows? Maybe after Darkwing she can reclaim that spot. Who knows? I'm going to be following up with the matching Aftershave Splash right here. You can get a look at the ingredients. I think I'm going to have to get up in there close. But I'm going to put a few drops of Good Oleo right here, which is a pure oil blend, and it is basically all skin food. So I'm going to take the caps off of both of these so that I can have, you know, good access to both of them. And I'm going to put a few drops of the pure oil blend into my hand there. And then I'm going to take a few drops of the Aftershave Splash, work those in together, and now I'm going to have a nice boost of skin food. I am a big fan of that Good Oleo product. You could add it to any aftershave, boost the post-shave performance, or you can just use it as like a daily moisturizer type situation, applying the oil directly to your skin. Oh, hell yeah. I'm going to get some up on the dry forehead as well. Yep. And that'll do it, guys. I smell fucking great. Or actually, I should say I smell fucking fabulous. And we just had ourselves a fabulous shave. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.